All right, team, here we go. Let's work on some of the tips that we've been working on this week, and let me just kind of review those for you so that way you can work on them at home and when you're doing your training. So now, again, when we talk about our positions, all right, we look at, obviously my weight is balanced to the balls of my feet, but when I'm in my neutral fighting position, are both my feet flat or am I up on the ball of the foot? How does that work? Okay, well, as a standard rule, the way I like to look at it is when I have a pressure on me, I have something that I'm trying to resist, now I need to be stable to this force that is acting upon me, all right? And when I raise up on the ball of my feet and things of that nature, and bend my knees, I'm starting to loosen that stability factor, okay? But if I set my feet down, bend my knees, and lower my center of gravity, now I'm much more stable. Okay, so let's look at what we did as an example. So we were saying, all right, so the opponent's grabbing with that left hand, and they're pushing it back. So now I could step back into my neutral and strike that arm, and that would get them up and off their balance. But that's a lot of work for me, and I'm having to do a lot of stuff. But now, as she's grabbing it, and I stabilize that, now I can bring that in much stronger, okay, working it. Okay, now in the next move, we said, okay, we're going to hit that back knuckle through the ribs as we're clearing here to diminish the height. All right, so as I do that, if I come in here and I set my feet and then I try to hit, now I need movement. I want some mass working with that action. So now what I really need to do is rotate and pivot up onto the ball of the feet so that I can move easier and I can shift that way so that I can come through. And now as I knock this off, and there's that resistance, and as I settle, I could hit here, and even if I wanted to, if I really want, I could move onto the ball of this foot as I'm driving through to get that momentum, okay? So don't get really concrete on, do I need my feet flat? Do I need to be on the ball of my feet? You need to define what is it that you're attempting to do. Are you working against a force that's acting upon you, or are you trying to create some form of mass movement so that you have some momentum and some what we call backup mass working for you? Okay? Does that make sense? All right, so now I'm going to give you another example of why I might be flat-footed or onto the ball of the foot. So now she's in this fighting stance and she shoots that right punch, and now I see her mass and everything is coming towards, and I know that I'm going to take that on, and I want all of this force. Now I could be on the ball of my foot and I'm going to cause some damage here, but I want to be stable because I have to resist that weight and that momentum coming in. So now I might need to be more stable against this force that is coming in. So I'm going to want to bow or put both my heels down on the ground so I'm more stable. And then from there, kick. Now on this next move, again, I'm rotating and maybe I don't need as much stability. So I'm driving because I want my mass going into them more, so that now I might be on the balls of my feet at this point. Okay, so these two punches look identically the same, but I might not be in the same position because I'm looking for a different effect, or I'm trying to generate a different method of power in each of those things. So that's why, again, we say stability, forces acting upon it. I need to get my feet down, I need to get settled, I need to get into it. Mobility, moving, rotating. I might need to be putting my weight onto the balls of my feet. And when I do that comfortably and bend my knees, especially that back heel, needs to come up off the ground. Okay, so there's your training tip for the week and something you can work on. And there's a couple of defensive actions that you could work those with. All right, let's get on the mat and train.